Big thanks to Team Group for sponsoring today's video. Whether you're looking for storage, memory, or mobile accessories, Team Group's got you covered. With a large selection of high-performance products and completely unique design choices, you won't have trouble finding what fits your style. To learn more, check out the link in the description below. Alright, in today's video we're going to be comparing monitors that literally have over a decade between them. One of them is a brand new 165Hz IPS panel, which I reviewed in my last video, you can check it out over here, while the second one is a 60Hz TN panel that, believe it or not, was my daily driver since 2010 till just a few months ago. I bought both monitors for about the same price, so I thought it would be interesting to see how much things have improved over the last 10 plus years, and whether the 3x higher refresh rate would help me play better in competitive games. Now, it should be no surprise that the new panel is much better, so I won't be going too in depth explaining how massive of an upgrade this is. We will compare them only in a few tests later on, but I still thought I'd share my experience because throughout these years, I basically never used anything that had more than 60 Hz. Since I didn't get to play a lot with high refresh rate monitors, unsurprisingly I was extremely impressed by the fluidity of this monitor and had a great experience playing games on it. I mostly tend to play FPS titles. Lately I've been playing quite a bit of Apex Legends, though Battlefield and Call of Duty are also on the list of games that I play every now and then. If you've seen my previous videos, you're probably aware that I'm not a bad player, even with my old 60Hz panel, so like I mentioned before, I was curious if I'd start playing even better with the new monitor, and by how much. We will talk about that in just a minute, but first let's have a look at the design difference of these two monitors, and man, we've come a long way. I'll be honest, when I first put them side by side for this shot, I realized how small and ugly the old monitor actually is. The bezels are extremely thick, it has a glossy design. Simply put, it doesn't look all that nice by modern standards, though of course, back in the day, this was considered to be a very good looking monitor. Once we power it on, we can see that it seems to be a bit dim, which is one of the main issues that I had with this monitor. At max brightness, the old panel can reach 152 nits, which interestingly is a bit higher than what I keep my new monitor at. According to the Lux Light Meter app, with the Acer panel we're getting 146 nits at 50% brightness, so I'm pretty sure the app isn't reporting the value correctly since the new monitor, even at 50%, is definitely a bit brighter. Being a TN panel, it is only to be expected for the old screen to have absolutely horrible viewing angles compared to IPS, and while it does have a better contrast ratio, meaning the blacks are more black than they are on the IPS panel, in the black level test, the old monitor fails to display the first 5 squares, while basically all of them are visible with the new monitor, which is probably another reason why the ASUS monitor seems to be more dim, even when both monitors are set to about the same brightness level. One of the things that I noticed immediately, even when just moving the mouse on the desktop, is how choppy the old screen is. In fact, it was so bad I initially thought that something was wrong with it. I just couldn't believe that it was this choppy before, but it turns out this is how it's been all along, and I simply got used to 165 Hz. The choppiness is even more noticeable in a fast-paced game like Apex Legends, which you should be able to notice in the slow motion example. When it comes to the UFO test, we can see that the result of the old screen isn't very good. Ideally, you don't want to have any ghosting behind a moving object, or at least have as little of it as possible, just like how it is on the Acer panel. Though, once again, this is a 13-year-old 60Hz budget monitor, so these results are nothing unexpected. Okay, so now we get to the important question. How much does the refresh rate affect my performance in a competitive game? Is my reaction time significantly slower with a 60Hz monitor? And how much better do I become when playing on a higher refresh rate panel? While the overall experience is without a doubt better with the new monitor compared to the old one, whether we talk about brightness, viewing angles, and most importantly fluidity, honestly I wouldn't say that I play that much worse when using the old screen. Now, look, I'm definitely not as good as someone like Shroud, for example, so perhaps for a pro player like him, this change would make a bigger difference. But once warmed up, I'd say I'm capable of delivering about the same performance that I have with the 165Hz panel. I will even go as far as saying that in the past I feel like I had moments when I played better not only with my old monitor, but also with my old setup that performed significantly worse than what I have now. Of course, that is not to say that upgrading from 60 to 165Hz won't be beneficial for you. After all, with a higher refresh rate monitor, you're getting a more updated image, so you're more likely to hit your shot if an enemy comes around the corner, for example. What I'm trying to say is, if you're bad with 60Hz, especially if your system is capable of delivering plenty of frames, you're more likely than not to still be bad even with 240Hz. So I believe that getting a higher refresh rate monitor will help you play better only if you're certain that you already maxed out your potential with 60Hz. I'll be honest, I don't know how I held on for so long with such an old monitor. The difference between these two is absolutely massive, and it's crazy how far budget monitors have come. I also can't believe it's been almost 13 years since the moment I got this thing, which basically means I spent about half of my life using it, and that nearly every single video uploaded to this channel was edited on this monitor. In case you're looking for a good monitor on a budget, I will leave a link for the Acer model that we looked at in this video, cause it is definitely one of the best options at this price, alongside a couple of other great choices in the description down below. Either way, that's been it. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more content, and I'll see y'all in the next one.